And I do. All right, let's get started. So, welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6- and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have a mission, and that mission includes you, small businesses, entrepreneurs, small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to your first 6 figures in business. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I'll spare you where I've been in the last 5 years. However, I'm currently living my best life and working my best business in Mexico. Okay, so Blog Talk has been released, so you know what the subtopic is. But all week long, we've been talking about mitigating risk with your small business in 2024. Okay, so that blog is at shaycannon.com/risk, RISK. And we're on this all week, y'all. We're talking about risk. Now, when you think about risk, you may think about financial risk. You may think about legal and compliance risk. It's deeper than that for most of us small businesses, right? Those are big risks. And yes, we keep an eye on those. Those are kind of like a no-brainer. But there are other risks that are too high for us to take, okay? And some of us don't really look at it like that. But as small businesses, little things have big impacts on us, right? Big businesses can get away with it. They have more capital, they have more resources, they have more staying power. Most of us are literally the business, and we literally, even though we might not be living check to check, we are living deposit to deposit, right? And so what's happening is anything can interrupt that money, which can destroy the business, okay? So what we talked about on yesterday is it is a risk to have an offer that lacks market fit. Okay, if your offer doesn't fit into the market that you're trying to break in, you're literally going to have issues with bringing in revenue, right? So if you want to hear more about that problem and how to solve it, check out yesterday's replay. We talked about it extensively. Today, what we're going to talk about is going wide instead of deep. Now, those of y'all who took the organic marketing workshop and challenge, y'all are going to hear this differently this time around, okay? So wide versus deep. Wide, I mean an audience, right? Trying to have an offer for a wide audience is a no-no, right? We need to go deep with a niche rather than going wide across a bunch of people. We need to go deeper into one avatar, okay? Niche it for what one avatar needs, not what a whole bunch of people need, okay? Now, again, if you took the organic marketing workshop, then you understand your top of funnel marketing can be a wide cast. That's marketing, right? We can cast a what? As wide as you can. That's why it's a lead funnel, right? That's why it's big at the top. You can get a whole bunch of people. And then as they go down the funnel, you're niching them down to the actual ideal client that you serve. But if your offer itself is not niched and deep, then who are you trying to attract? Everybody, right? You're talking to everybody. So you're going to talk to nobody. You're going to sell to hardly anybody, right? Now, I'm going to give you back the example of your own buying habits, okay? Your own buying habits. You don't go wide when you go looking for something. You don't go wide. You go deep. What are you looking for? Somebody who specializes in what you need, right? You're looking for somebody who's the best at what you need. You're looking for somebody who's an expert at what you need. That's deep. That's niched, right? So your own buying behavior should be telling you how other people buy, right? Your family does the same thing. Your friends do the same thing. Y'all want the person that's the best in class, right? But when you go to sell as an entrepreneur, all of a sudden you get lack mentality. You forget how even you buy. You forget that people aren't looking for a generalist, right? They're looking for a specialized practitioner, okay? They want the deep, someone who is deep into the niche, okay? So you cannot afford to go wide with your offer. Offer is different than marketing, okay? Now, let's talk about some more stuff, because I feel like y'all are like, I kind of get the deep and the wide, but give me more, right? So before I ask you ladies a question, I'm going to give you more. I'm going to give you examples okay, of how you can go deeper into your niche, right? And when I say examples, I'm going to give examples like actual businesses. I know y'all like that because when I talk general, sometimes y'all be looking at me like, how do I put that in my business? Well, let me give you more niched examples, okay? So if you are a fitness trainer, you could be a fitness trainer for seniors, right? That's going deep. All right. If you have dog products, you can have sustainable dog products. So you see that? That's going deep. So you're not just have dog products. See, I didn't say pet, I said dog, right? But then now you have sustainable dog products. You're going deeper into your niche, okay? Therapy for anxiety. Well, you can have virtual reality therapy for anxiety or telehealth therapy for anxiety. Did you know that there are therapists now who specialize in telehealth? Like they don't see clients in person. They only do telehealth or on Zoom or whatever the video conferencing tool they use, right? You can do personalized or customized plant care. Did you know that there are different categories of plants and you can specialize in one category of plant, okay? So that's one way you could do it. Let's talk about some more strategies for market specialization just in general, right? Again, do your research, okay? You need to do some market research because you want to know what else is your avatar looking at, being a part of, buying, and that type of thing. So this market research is not the competitors, it's your avatar so we can know how to go niche with them, right? For example, your telephone service, at one time, your service provider for your mobile phone started offering you a Netflix subscription, right? They figured most people that have a cell phone that's buying these smartphones, we have Netflix on our smartphones, right? And so they went deeper into their niche and was like, most people who have a cell phone, who have a smartphone, also have a streaming service or would like a streaming service. So to attract more people, how about I give you a free year with Netflix? Do you see how that works? Okay. You want to build upon your expertise. Okay. You want to build upon your expertise. So I don't just know about business, right? I know about business for helping you specifically to get to your first 6 figures. So I'm always thinking about what's getting in the way of that first milestone of revenue, right? I'm not throwing general stuff at y'all. I'm telling y'all, hey, this is what we need to be doing to get to this milestone. I am going niched into my expertise. Do I know a lot about business? I do. But everything I know about business is not for that person trying to get to their first 6 figures, right? I talk a little bit about recruiting team and hiring team and who do you need. I don't really talk a lot about leadership and managing the team and all of these. I don't talk a lot about that because that is really for most people trying to make it to their 6 figures. They're not necessarily hiring people, right? So I don't go deep into that. I stay kind of at the top with that, but I go deep with other subjects, right? So we want to know what the unique value proposition is. Again, if you took the organic marketing workshop and challenge, what you know is it's not just everything you like about yourself. You're right. It's not that, you grew up a fairy princess and now you're a queen. It's none of those things. Okay. It's what are the things about you that's different that help your particular ideal client make a buying decision to go with you, right? Those things, those unique selling propositions, okay? Not just what's special about you, but what's special about you as a person offering that service that the person you want to buy it would deem valuable, all right? Cool beans. All right. Even when you network and collaborate, you need to go deeper into your niche to find the people, okay? Deeper into your niche. Exceptional customer service. What do your people want, okay? What do your people want? I often tell people all the time, when you're dealing with high ticket clients, right? They expect more of a white glove service. So you have to service them differently than you would service another category of clients. Look at hotels, for example. I love hotels, right? You got the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. No, okay. So you got motels, right? You got hotels. And then you have like exclusive accommodations. And when you walk into an exclusive accommodation like Ritz-Carlton or whatever, there's a different vibe. There's a different level of service, right? Ain't nobody holding the door open for you at the motel, okay? At the grand place, there's somebody, their whole job all day long is to open that door, right? There is a doorman, okay? So when you have clients spending more money, you have to treat them differently. One of the examples I always give is, if you have a DWY, DIY, done with you, done, do it yourself person, and there is some type of assessment involved or some type of questionnaire, yeah, send them that thing. Just send it to them. But when you have a high ticket client and you got all these questions, that's a meeting where you're actually interviewing them to get the answer to the questions, right? So your customer service even looks different when you go deep rather than when you go wide, okay? Now, it's a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But what I want you to understand is the reason why you really can't go wide is the same reason why, if you are a parent of multiple children, what you realize is if you ask everybody what they want to eat and everybody raise their hand, it's something different from everybody, isn't it? Yeah, because it's hard to please more people when if you go deep and you know who your one avatar is, it's very easy to please. It's very easy to make decisions for them to realize that what you're doing is for them, okay? So we don't want to go wide. We can't afford to go wide, okay? Because when you are trying to attract these different people, guess what? That takes more of your time. That takes more of your money. What the ladies in the organic workshop realize is I would have to do a whole funnel for each one of these people in this wide avatar if I had a offer in all of these wide audiences, right? Because everything that you do for one, you have to do for another. Why do you think it's harder to be a parent of multiple children than it is to be a parent of a single child, right? Why do you think, people who are only children are spoiled? A whole bunch of attention was put on them. You want an only child, okay? You want to offer for an only child, so that you can spoil that only child, so that everything that you do is for that one child. Don't mean that I'm a mother of more than one child. Okay, I'm not telling you a bad mother because you got more than one child. I'm telling you of all people understand that to split that yourself is harder, right? And so why make things harder than they need to be? Okay, and what we know is you have multiple children. One of them gonna claim you don't love them. Okay, one of them gonna say somebody is the favorite. One of them gonna say that you never liked them. One of them is gonna always complain about something, right? And that's not what we want with our offer. We want one person. We want an only child, and we want to just spoil the hell out of them and make them feel special. And that's hard to do with multiple people, and we can't afford it. Right? We can't afford to have different marketing campaigns that's niching down to multiple wide audiences. We can't afford that, y'all. We just can't. So we have to start with the one avatar. We have to go deeper with what do they need. All right. So let's see here. We got Kylia. Good morning, Kylia, over here on Facebook. Okay, the question, ladies, now that I've given you more information on how to go deeper instead of wider, I would love to know, in your business, what is one way you may be too wide with your offer, and how are you going to go deeper into your niche? Okay, what is one way you're too wide with your offer and you're going to go deeper into a niche? And I'm going to start with Glow. Glow, can you come off the mic? Good morning, or do you need to use the comments? But tell me an example of how you're going too wide with your offer and not deep into a niche. And if you don't know, baby, I can tell you right off the bat. So let's see if Glow can come off the mic. Okay, looks like Glow can't come off the mic. But Glow, one of the ways is
when you come off the mic.
There you go.
I have a hard time getting to it. That's crazy. But go ahead and answer, because I don't know for real. Because I'm serious and thinking.
It's the problem that you have every time you come on here talking about your business. You don't know whether to talk about the locks or the t-shirts or the podcast. That's why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why. You have to pick one audience, and then you can liken all three services. Well, really all two, because everybody within most of it is not don't have locks, right? But a t-shirt and a podcast can go together easily. But you make t-shirts for the people who are the same people that are attracted to your podcast. You see what I'm saying? So that's going deep and not wide. You don't just start making t-shirts for t-shirt's sake. You make t-shirts that attract the same people that are attracted to the conversations you have on your podcast. You get that example?
Yes, and that's crazy that you say that because I just made me a t-shirt last night, well, a hoodie that says that's my spiel. But I feel like, you know, a lot of people that listen to my radio show and stuff will actually like that little phrase. So thank you for the confirmation. I like that. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. All right, Stacy, welcome back, Stacy. Dr. Stacy tuning in from Africa, y'all. So we're happy to have you, Stacy. So what is the way you're going too wide, Stacy, and you need to go a little deeper into your niche?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh,
loud
okay.
clear, actually.
Well, you know what? I took a break last month on everything, and you know, just trying to figure out what I should do. And so even from this conversation, what I decided was to focus on people who were between like 40 and 70, women, and just on the tourism aspect of my business.
Okay.
So volunteer tourism, wellness travel, that sort of thing instead, you know, because when they get over here, then it's another thing. And those are the ones that make the money that I'm looking for.
Okay. That age gap is deep. I mean, it's wide. It's wide. It's not deep. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that at 52, I'm not even the same person I was at 50, and that's just 2 years, right? So I mean, it's a lot more gray hair. It's a lot less knee bending. A lot of shit is going on now that was not going on 2 years ago. So it's gonna be hard to 40 to 70. You know what I'm saying? That's not the same avatar, right? That's not even the same generation. Those are two different generations in there. So you might have to niche that down a little more, because guess what? Somebody 40 is still willing to hike, right? Somebody 40 is still willing to walk a lot of places. Somebody 70 don't want to walk no damn well. Right? They barely walking from the car to the place. You know what I'm saying? You need to have everything short distances. They're gonna run out of breath, all that kind of stuff. So you definitely need to go, you know, deeper into a niche.
Well, I did put down a question right before I wrote that. What is an avatar and what is my avatar? So I'll go back into that.
So your avatar is definitely of a certain demographic, but you also have to look at psychographics, buying decisions, buying behaviors, and things like that, right? And all of those are going to be different across different generations. And in your age range, you basically trying to appeal to Gen X and Gen and the boomers and maybe a little bit of the millennials.
Okay.
It's actually, so that's actually 3 generations. So how do we do that, right? So what happens is it makes it hard for you to make decisions. So it can't just be anybody that needs a mental break and wellness. Because now, how do I talk to anybody? You see what I'm saying? But if I talk to one niche, let me talk to the people who are in their 50s, right? I know she got money. I know she's a Black woman, right? I know that all of my marketing materials need to have Black women on it. You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, that Black woman needs to look mature in the pictures if I'm doing stock photos, right? I know I need to appeal to the fact that this woman could be taking care of children and parents. You see what I'm saying? So you can go real niche and really talk to that person and how they need a break and how mental wellness and body wellness is important, right? How that because she's responsible for all these things, need to be serving from a full cup or serving from her overflow, right? She don't need to be running herself down. She runs herself down. She's about to let down 3 different generations, right? The kids, the husband, and the parents. She can't afford to do that. So you see how I can talk to her differently because I went deep? Yeah. Cool beans. See, I love to ask y'all how y'all gonna do the stuff. I love this. All right, Kimberly Miles. I don't know if you can come off the mic, but tell me a way that you're going too wide and that you need to go deeper into the niche. You can use the comments. Good morning, Demetra over here on Facebook. Kylia said, I didn't start closing more until I niched down to crafters. I was able to build a few profit centers within that. Yeah. Because once you know the one person you're talking to and one person that you're helping, right? It's so much you can do for that one person. And it's so much you can't do for a wide array of people. So thank you for that, Kalia. And let me explain to y'all how Kalia, look, Kalia, little sweet self, be over there sitting on money. Let me just tell you, she used to be sitting on mountains of money that she done got in different ways from the same type of person over here. And then she got money over here in this profit center. You can have different profit centers for the same person, okay? And when I say person, I'm talking about avatar. Dr. Tashi, what is a way that you're too wide and that you may need to niche?
Good morning. So
Good
this is
morning.
kind of where I need some help or direction.
Okay.
So from the challenge, I know that there are 3 different people I'm talking to with the network. That's creators, that's potential viewers, that's advertisers. So what I'm trying to figure out is niching down or narrowing down. So the content of the network itself is varied. It's wide. You know, there are 4 content areas, and there's a lot that fits underneath there. So how would I niche down or concentrate on that? The only thing I can think of is that the people, the creators on the network, they're not just talking about things in general. There's a very specific thing that they're talking about within that. So that's the only thing I can think about. And because I'm more of an aggregator than, I don't know, help me, damn it.
I got you. I got you. She said, help me, damn it. Okay. So Dr. Tachi, you have one of those businesses that's kind of the exception to the rule, right? So does in some instances, Auntie Shaky, right? Because she's in the insurance industry. Because y'all are in years old industries, there are certain things that people expect, right? That's already laid for you. So when you're talking about viewership, what I know about what you're doing is you're categorizing similar content kind of together, and that's what networks do. So think about what we used to watch on Thursday nights, right? We used to watch the Cosby Show and then A Different World. So they niche together for one avatar, these time blocks, right? And so that's kind of how you have to do. We know that, you know, there are certain times of day that the news is going to be on. It's going to be on at that time of day across all channels, right? Even the, you know, the channels that's not all news all day, right? Even when it comes to the music channels found out who their avatar was and realized they like music, but they are petty as hell. So let's give them these reality shows. And now they got way more reality shows than they have music shows, right? So for you, Dr. Tachi, it's going to be about those time blocks being for different viewerships, more so than all of your content being the same. So does that make sense if we go back into the history of TV?
It does. And so I guess I'm already doing that.
You are.
Okay. Okay. So I'm like, all right, I'm already doing it. So well, let me ask this then.
Yes.
What if I was, because in a sense, we're also looking to be a bit non-traditional. But does that TV model then still work if you're looking to be a bit untraditional? Does that still hold?
So I think what holds is the fact that you are time blocking certain shows and putting them together kind of in little collections, right? Now, the type of shows is where you can be, you know, a little different. But what we know is what's not going to work and being different is trying to make something for the older generation that's coming on late at night. They ain't even up no more, right? So, you know, some of those time blockings are important. What we know is if you have something that's supposed to be for the younger generation, we're not going to really do that on Friday night and Saturday night. They out, right? So you can still use the time blocking and the collection and who the collection is for, but the collection can be varied of the content of the viewership, for the viewership, I should say.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Cool beans, cool beans. Before we go to Tracy, we're going to backtrack to Kimberly. Oh, well, wait. Heather said this was for you, Dr. Tasha. She said it's similar to a nonprofit. You have 2 audiences, the funders and those that you help. So yeah. Okay, Kimberly said, I guess I need to niche down my demographic. I was going after anyone who has feet. I'm thinking generational, like boomers, Gen X, older millennials. So I think, Kimberly, what you have to do is go deeper into what is your mission And what is the subset of demographic that needs the most help when it comes to your mission, right? So again, Gen X on their feet for kids, on their feet for themselves, on their feet for a companion, on their feet for their parents. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot of feet on. So they only got 2 feet, but they on the mugs a lot, right? What we know is, the younger kids don't care nothing about them feet. They're not even using lotion. So we know we're not talking to them. Okay. The older generation may or may not, they might care about feet, but they are so looking at different things working differently in their body. They're probably not prioritizing feet, right? So it may be that Gen X woman that's tired and always on her feet helping all the other generations, as an example. So yeah, Dr. LaFerris said healthy feet for diabetics, working people who stand a lot. Yeah, I love all of that. All right, let's go to Tracy. Tracy, how are you too wide and you need to niche and go deeper?
Good morning. Well, I'm building this thing as we're talking, and I started out with women in business seeking support and understanding how to love themselves first while still winning at life. And then when the women started asking me, well, do you have something for my man or for my dad or for my brother? Then I started to create things for men. And I'm talking about my journals and the way I speak and the things that I'm doing. And I'm like, but the men didn't ask for that. And so I have gone wide to include men, and I've gone wide to now not just talk to women in business about seeking support and understanding how to do self-love, but I'm trying to talk to everybody. So I feel a little overwhelmed. When I started out with a niche that I felt was perfect, but because of people asking and talking about different things, I spread it out.
So really, what we're going to say is you can hit all those people, but not the way that you're trying to do it, right? Because you have to understand who is buying. So you might have a journal for women, you might have a journal for men, you might even have a journal for kids, but who's buying it? The woman. She's buying all of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So even when you market, you're going to market to her. So you're still not going wide, you're going deep. But what you're doing is you're going to have an offer where you primarily talk to her, right? And then on down that funnel and talking to her, you're going to say, look, now that we got you good, you know what I'm saying? What about your man? You know what I'm saying? Do you want your man to sharing this with you? We got something for him. Hey, I know you got teenage kids. You probably want to start rearing them to understand this piece early on. We got something for them. You see what I'm saying? So what you understand from the organic marketing is once you get her to buy for herself, now these are upsells.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So we're not going to try to market them directly to the man or market them directly to teenagers. No, we market to her first. We need her to see value in it for her. And when she sees the value and she starts feeling changes or whatever, now we want her to be equally yoked, right? So now we got something for your man, right? And now we got some great parents going on, you know what I'm saying? We got things, we want our kids to learn this as early as possible. Because I know my life would have been better if had I known it way back when, right? So you're still marketing to her, but you're getting her to bring other people into the fold. A besties one. Some of us, our companion and our soulmate ain't even a romantic companion. It's our bestie, right? Mm-hmm. So we need a bestie one. But what we're not doing is saying, okay, now I'm gonna market to her, now I'm gonna market to him, now I'm gonna market to the kids. Or because when we talking about the bestie, that's still a her. Yes. So you have a promotion that might be 2 for 1 to get the bestie involved, right? You have some challenges out, you put some challenges out there, you put some workshops out there where it's bring your bestie in both of y'all's journal, right? Mm-hmm. All right, cool beans.
Thank you.
Cool. Dr. LaFerris says single women who wear uncomfortable shoes who attract men that care about pretty feet eventually have to take those shoes off. Baby, don't they be trying to find reasons to get you to take your socks off every day? You be like, you little fat, you got a fetish, or you just trying to see if I got ugly toes? Which one? So yes, Dr. LaFerris, all of that. That was for Kimberly. Dr. LaFerris, how are you too wide and you need to go deep?
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I am too wide because I've been talking to to women over 40, and I haven't been niching down to, I didn't want to talk about perimenopause because I realized a lot of people don't even know that they're in it.
Nope.
But, so one, to start talking more about those pain points instead of like using specifically that name so that they identify with that. So that now I can, go deeper and have, I guess, I'm in between a journal and a course, but I'm like, which one requires less work? For perimenopausal women who are corporate moms, because that's what I am. And
Yeah.
so and I'm also wanting to go deeper with them in terms of they already have one chronic illness, because now I can talk to them differently than just like
Mhm.
a perimenopausal woman who, she just only cares about her looks. Like, it's more than that. So, so that's where I am. So for right now, I over the holiday I went and I bought several journals, because I do like that idea. I took some journal challenges last year.
Mhm.
So I even have like a format for how to write one. So like as far as me, it would be that, and then like what I would go deeper with now that I'm saying that I'm going to focus on particularly that particular um woman,
Mhm.
because I've been afraid to say, okay, she has a chronic illness. I've been afraid to do that, because I didn't want to go that deep. Um, because I know I already have people following me. But the pain point for them would be like energy, or um they need to focus more on their gut health, and so then once they get that right, then they can have that beauty from the inside out. So um so that's how it was wide, and I guess that's
Mhm.
how I want to go deep. And so I guess, and I've been telling people that I have a challenge next week, a body reset challenge. I just started doing that this week, so I've been going live for the last couple of days, and kind of leading back to that. And so that's what I've been doing.
Gotcha. So a couple of things, right? So so for me, I love that you're saying perimenopausal, but that's still on average a certain age woman, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You say they don't even know what it is. I love when people don't know what stuff is, because my whole content can be educating you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you already have the right way to educate them by symptom, by concern, right?
Yeah.
So you don't try to use the big words. You use
Right.
what you know they're going to recognize about themselves, right? I used to do so many more things in a day, and now I feel like I have more things to do and less energy to do it.
Yep.
Could be perimenopausal, right?
Yep.
It could be a matter of, my metabolism is different, but we're not gonna say metabolism.
Yep.
It's gonna be now I feel like I'm craving sugars and stuff a lot, or I'm eating a lot of breads, I'm eating a lot of this stuff. And it used to be easier to get the weight off, right? All I had to do was
Mm-hmm.
do my little intermittent fasting for a week and it dropped right off. And now it doesn't
Exactly.
seem to be moving. Perimenopausal, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you can
You know,
definitely talk
you've been reading
more.
about all this, Shay.
Huh?
So you've been reading about all this.
Shay went through it. Shay is in full menopause now. So I mean, just saying. But when I was going, see, look at all the hands going up. See, everybody recognizes it because that's what they're going through. But if you
Yeah.
start using things like metabolism and then they don't
Mm-hmm. Right. I
self-identify
will
with that.
lose them.
Metabolism could be any damn thing, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We do, some of us hear metabolism, we just hear the excuse, I'm big boned. We don't know what the hell you're talking
Right.
about when you're talking about metabolism. So yeah, but if I start talking about how I feel, then that's I'm gonna recognize that, oh shit, that's me, right? So
Mm-hmm.
y'all know I have a client, Dr. Joffrey. We have this supplement. He's doing a weight loss challenge. And
Mm-hmm.
he always goes medical with stuff. We just did an entire content plan for, I think it's let me see, 25 days where all I'm talking about are the symptoms of being overweight, right? Just the symptoms. I don't need you to know the medical words. I want to know what your everyday life is like, right? What are you experiencing in your everyday life? This goes for you too, Kim, right? So what does bad foot care look like in my life, right? So now we have a whole list of stuff where we're talking about energy. We're talking about joint, having joint pain. We're talking about all these, and all it is symptoms of obesity. And then we're going to bring it back to why you need to be in this weight loss challenge. So definitely go deeper with educating them. If you're in this age range and you're feeling these things and your everyday life looks like this, but you want it to look like this, you need to come here, baby. I got you, right? Now, when you said the difference between your journal and your course, I would start with the journal. I would start with the journal and build that journal. Those people who bought the journal, I'd build that tribe up, invite them to the community, serve them deeper, right? And then come out with the course, because you already have people ready for this course. Does that make sense, Dr. LaFera? Uh-oh. If you're talking to us, you're on mute, but I'm going to say it probably makes sense to you. All right, Heather, how are you going? Uh-oh, there you go. Dr. LaFera said yes. Okay, cool. So Heather, how are you going deep? Right. I'm sorry. How are you going too wide, and how will you go deeper?
So I think I have niched down quite a bit. Being at your retreat and then doing the challenge has really helped me, because I used to be like, oh, I just want to help women tell their stories. That's basically having a business for no one, right? Like, yes. Right. So now it's women entrepreneurs and female executives who know they need to put their expertise in a book. And so that's the audience. So that niching down to that has really helped focus messaging for sure. And then I think focusing even tighter on storytelling is going to help me go deeper, as opposed to just write your book.
So what I'm going to say is, I love the niche from going to women who need to tell their story, because some women don't need to tell their damn story.
That is a fact. Not everybody's story needs to be told. Some of them
need to wait till the story actually finishes playing out. So many people
want to tell. Some people don't need to tell their story because they just can't write very well.
Well, that's what they got you for. So I'm not going to say that part. But what I will say is people don't understand that they think because they have a lot of trauma that they have a story to tell. But if you haven't reconciled that trauma, the story's not ready yet. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So we don't want women who have stories to tell, because we could tell a story that has no ending all day. This is the song that never ends. Okay. Now that's going to be in y'all's head. But anyway,
I hate
shout out to Lamb Chop. But when you say you're going to niche it down to women that are experts who know they need a book, whatever, that's great, but they don't value storytelling, right? But what they do value is all the ways that book, Shawana laughing on Facebook, y'all. But what they do value is how that book is going to make them more money. What they do value is how that book is going to give them more credibility. What they do value is how that book is a business in and of itself.
Yes, it is.
Right? And so that's the content that you need to do. The storytelling, you say for your writer's boot camp, right? Or you say for educating them into why you edit it a certain way. That's where the storytelling comes in. But when you're just trying to attract people to the offer, they don't care about storytelling. They don't, in their mind, they can't connect up how storytelling equals money yet.
Right.
So you're going to have to talk about how having a book equals money.
It is a business. People don't realize that.
I know. I know.
I know.
Yes. So I love that the expert thing, because I'm gonna tell you too, when I was doing publication services, I had to come away from women telling their story, because also you attract a lot of broken people.
Yeah. It was
tell your story. And when you focus on, the actual professional people with expertise or whatever, it's lighter. They can
Yeah.
pump out more stories. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the one, because we know the person trying to tell their story with the traumatic stuff, they just got one book in them that they trying to put their whole life in.
Yeah.
And the other ones, there's a series, right?
Correct.
There is always more credibility to be had. There is always new areas of your expertise to be the authority in, all of
Mhm.
that. So,
Mhm.
you know, with this client, you could have retention.
Yep.
So yeah, love it, Heather, love it.
Thank
All
you.
right, Teray, I gave you a break today, Teray. You get to go last today. You know, you usually have to go first. But what are ways that you are too wide, and how are you going to go deeper?
Okay, so I didn't know I was too wide until I started interacting with my group.
Yes.
So
Love
I'm
it.
like, oh yeah, women who want to be married, who you know what I mean? Let's talk about some dating things for women who want to be married. Well, what I'm realizing are the different types of women who want to be married. I didn't know there were different types of women who want to be married. So I have women who are divorced and who are actively dating. Then I have women who have never been married and they're not actively dating. Those are two different women.
Mm-hmm.
Completely. So when I talk to them, the women who've never been married and who are not dating, it might be very foreign to them versus the women who are divorced and who are actively dating. They're two different. And then in addition to that, I have a couple of newly divorced women. They're different than the other two women because they're hurting, they're in pain. I don't like men. I want to be married to the right guy, but I don't trust nobody. I have three different kinds of women who want to be married in my group.
Yes.
I
And
didn't
look,
realize it.
Teray, Dr. LaFair just made it more complex. She just gave you two more in the chat. Women who've been cheated on, and then those who are dating with kids. Like, yeah, you forever niches, right?
Yeah. So, well, the thing is that most of the women have been cheated on. And also most of these women have kids, most of them. So I was thinking through that too, but just because they have a woman who has kids versus a woman who doesn't have kids doesn't necessarily put me in a place where I have to speak to them differently. Like they're just still the same woman. They have different challenges, different, you know what I mean? Different ways that they have to get creative with dating with kids versus non-kids. But basically what I need are women who are healed and ready to date. Because just because you want to be married doesn't mean, so I need to niche. So what I'm realizing is that the women who have already purchased my book and who are still waiting for it, these women are healed and ready to date, and they're divorced and they're actively dating.
Yes.
That's my niche.
I love it.
So the thing is that the women who are not healed, I'm not here to heal you. You need therapy. You need another group for that. I can't sit here and try to talk you into why, the women who have never been married and who are not actively dating, I'm not here to get you comfortable with going out on dates. That's another group. If you've never been married, I can't relate to that because I've been married before and I'm married now. So, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's like to be in my mid 40s or 50s and never been married before. I don't know. So I don't mind them being in the group because they'll learn a lot from the women who are in the group.
Yeah.
So, but my niche, that's how I have to niche it down.
Exactly. So let me tell you what you just explained. When you say you don't mind them being in a group, that's because you can cast a wide net when you're marketing, right? But your offer got to be for those specific people that you're talking about. See, we can't try to have an offer for all of these people that's top of funnel, right? Our offer is for the people who make it down. And that's how we're slimming down the funnel, right? We have our offer that's niched. And so you can't, I mean, it would just be a square. Right? It wouldn't be a funnel, it'd be square if we had we casting a wide net for marketing and then we're trying to sell to everybody, right? And we know that don't work because the same amount of people that come in are not going to be the same amount that actually buy. And if you are not niching it down, they're not going to listen anyway. So I love that, Teray.
But I wanted to answer Dr. LaFair. She was talking about people, the challenges with people with kids. The women in my niche, their kids are grown. So in my niche, they're grown, they're teenagers, that's not my niche. Women with small children, school age kids, 5, 6, 8, 9, that's not my niche. So if they're having challenges with children with small, small age children, that's not, I'm not, that they can date, but I'm not sitting here trying to help them find solutions for their kids while they're dating and their challenges. That's another group.
Yeah. Love the niche. I love the niche. All right, guys. Does anybody have anything that they want to say about going wide versus going deep into the niche? Does anybody have a question or anything that they want to say before we get out of here? This was good. This was really good. All right, cool. Because y'all know when I give y'all the information, it always seems like, okay, I got it. That makes sense. But then when I have you to apply it to your business, that's a whole nother world, right? Dr. LaFera.
So this isn't about going wide versus deep. This is a question that I have. And I have a cold too. All right. That's why I sound like this. But you remember when you gave us those resources about one of them was Answer Socrates, and I think it's something you spoke. I can't find it in writing. I searched your blog, like I can't find it.
I think it's under shaycannon.com/resources.
Okay.
Let me double check. Because that was the blog post. It was about resources. So I think that's what it is.
It might have been because you were talking about it and I like clicked on it.
But
So
it's
on
also on your, since you were actually in the organic marketing workshop, I think it's in one of the resources that I said on the plan, on your template plan. It says free resources, and I gave specific blog posts. I think
okay, go to free resources. I'm gonna look for that. Okay.
But hold on. I'm trying to see if I search okay, here we go. So it is under shaycannon.com/messaging is where it was. So I do have a search magnifying glass on my website. You can use a keyword and find stuff.
Okay, because I was just Google trying to Google you in that word and I couldn't find it.
Let's see, resources. I'll put it in the Facebook chat too. All right, so let me give y'all one more resource because I have opened up the membership. I promised y'all a productivity membership. It is open. Today, I'm going to be releasing the people who have already joined, including Dr. LaFera and Heather. Shout out to Shawana Mack. Shaky is in there. Our rich auntie Shaky is in there. And Dr. Tanya is in there currently. So let me put that there. Right now, we have a work session this Friday, but like everybody's doing that work session, so it's not special. We really kind of get started on the 8th, which is Monday, because Monday is when we're going to have certain things ready for you. So you have until the 8th to save $50 on your first membership payment. It's $97 a month, but you can get started for $47 if you use the coupon code MORE, M-O-R-E. And that is all caps. It'll take $50 off for you. So your first payment will be $47, and then your following payments will be $97. Okay. So that's what we are. You'll see me releasing some badges with the pretty faces of Heather and Dr. LaFera and others saying that they are already a part of the membership. But we kind of get started on the 8th. Now, in our free community, this community, we have 3 this month because this month is different. But we'll basically have 2 work sessions a month, okay? But they'll only be for 2 hours, right? In this membership, you get way more work sessions, way more niched thought processes on what we're doing because we're doing goal-oriented things, okay? Because that's what productivity is. Productivity is not being busy. Productivity is getting things done within a goal to reach goals, okay? And so it's going to be really niched on not just having you be productive, but having you do things that actually help you hit the goals. And so we'll be deciding those goals quarterly. We'll be checking in with them monthly. We'll have these work sessions. You're going to have these different trainings. One is on my time management methods. Others are going to be on mindset stuff like boundary boosting and how to prioritize stuff, that kind of thing. So it's going to be a good thing. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably not going to stay at $97. because y'all know I tend to put too much shit in stuff and it'd be $97. Because if you was part of that organic marketing workshop, let me tell y'all how that ain't finna be $97 no more. And then let me tell you how everybody came in and excelled, and now I gotta buy all these t-shirts. Yeah, we raising this price up. It's what we doing, okay? But the value is there. The value is definitely there. So go to shaycannon.com/membership. Go ahead and get started. You might want to do it today before you forget.